Hey guys, and welcome to another review of 11/22/63. Today I'll be talking about episode 5, The Truth. This episode was directed by James Franco and written by Joe Henderson. This episode picks up immediately after Sadie has just discovered the recording of Oswald and Marina having sex in Jake's basement. And it's safe to say that her reaction was, "Excuse me, what the fuck is going on? And who the fuck are you?" So, at this point, Jake's world is starting to come apart at the seams. As a matter of fact, I thought where the previous episode was kind of slow to me overall, in that it really didn't focus on the overall picture of the show, which obviously is the assassination of John F. Kennedy, to where it kind of just focused in on the relationship between Jake and Sadie. As to juxtaposition, this episode I thought went right back into the overall picture of the show. I'm not saying necessarily that that's a bad thing. It's just that I've learned over the years by watching more and more shows on HBO and Stars that sometimes a slow burn is best for some shows, as Game of Thrones has shown us in the past that every episode, no matter the pace, there are some shows that often move slow at a deliberate pace in effort to build up tension and ultimately, at the end of the season or at the end of the series, give satisfaction to its viewers. But often, especially for shows on regular TV, that payback is not satisfactory. But what I've learned by watching cable shows, once again, not cable shows, like shows, Game of Thrones, Stars, what have you, that shows, because of the writing quality and because of the overall pay-up, that when you go back as a viewer and you rewatch those episodes that you initially thought were slow and unnecessary, when you go back and rewatch the season, you discover that although those episodes were slow and they seemed at first to be not important, that you discover that those episodes were a part of the bigger picture and were, implanting important story plots and important thematic points that needed to be included for the payoff to be both satisfactory and awesome. And I think, and I think that in the case of the last two episodes of this series, that couldn't be more evident. One of the standouts for me in this episode was the overall progression and the payoff of the John Clayton character, Sadie's ex-husband. In the previous episode, I really thought that he was just going to be a minor character and he wasn't going to play a bigger role. In the previous episode, when he confronted Jake, he wanted to mark his territory, sort of speak, and he wanted to say, stay away from my wife. You should just move on with your life. And basically, Jake told him in so many words. I really enjoyed this scene from the previous episode to fuck off and die in a hole somewhere. So I was really, really, really happy to see the escalation of that character, and the whole scene between the three of them was, I think, one of the best scenes of the entire season. And the way that scene concluded overall was extremely satisfactory and extremely satisfying to me. Extremely well written. So big props go out to Joe Henderson for crafting that. The other thing of note in this episode that I thought was extremely well done, and to me personally, I'm curious how it's going to all play out. Especially with the number of episodes that we have left. I wonder if this is going to play a critical role, or if it's just another story plot that will be resolved quickly, but won't play too much of a key role in the overall conclusion of the series, and that is the relationship between Bill and Marina, Oswald's wife. Previously, we saw that Oswald, to no surprise, has some anger issues and would often beat Marina. And Bill has, quite understandably, taking a liking to her. And in this particular episode, their relationship is feeded out a little more when Bill offers Marina a smoke, on the stairs directly outside of their apartment. That leads to Bill actually meeting Oswald, which is something that Jake said. He didn't exactly say it, but he hinted at the possibility that we can't interfere with the past, which in a minor way makes Jake seem like a hypocrite, because he's telling Jake not to interfere with the past, and on the other hand, what's he doing? But being involved with Sadie and pursuing a relationship with Sadie. So to the layman's mind, that might seem a little crooked. Looking back on it now, I really don't have any negatives to point out about this episode. As a matter of fact, this was my favorite episode of the series, minus the pilot. Alright guys, well that does it for my review of 11/22/63, episode 5, The Truth. In the comments below, tell me what you liked about this episode, what you didn't like about this episode. And if you could do me a favor, if you like this video and you haven't already, I would appreciate a like and a subscribe for more videos like this. But until next time, as I say often, I'll see you when I see you.
So much happened here, and so much is about to.